And we're back, folks. If you've managed to get past the first episode and stop by for the second one, good for you, because you're in store for some fantastic revelations. In our first episode, we found out that our young, sexy bachelor, rich man, Charles Dalamere, is now hitting on our young Iowa school teacher. In like, what, 6 months between updates? So it's a lot that's happened. We don't know. Has she said yes or has she said no? We're here to figure out in this fantastic episode. So without further ado, let's get cracking. We got a mystery to solve. I guess we'll take a look at the guest bathroom. Ooh boy. I think I mentioned about 3 or 4 times last episode that these puzzles are really good, and I can't tell you enough. But oh, this would be a shame if I lost. No, nobody wins this one. But something about them that makes them simplistic and easy, and that's as far as I'll say about it. But first things first, I'm not gonna lose this tic-tac-toe battle. As I say that, I lose 3 in a row. Jesus. Can't do that. Definitely can't. And I lost again. This is pretty pathetic for a. There we go. That's what I was going for. Just going for that little trick. That's a trick, by the way, folks. If you start out, you can win every time. All right, here we go. All right, hold on. We'll get this one. We'll get it. Come on. Give me something to work with here. There's our Madame Zoltar. Or Zoltak. Not Zoltar, Zoltak. If that's a rip of anything I've seen in a while, man, wouldn't it be Madame Zoltar? Whatever. It doesn't ring off the tongue if you think about it. Like, oh guys, I'm gonna go get my fortune at Madame Zoltak. What? You heard me, Madame Zoltak. I would feel off saying it doesn't feel right. You mean like Madame Zoltar? No, Zoltak. The lesser known of the two. Which is, lo and behold itself, probably why everybody goes to Zoltar. This doesn't sound like like a mystic. Like, ah, my name is Zoltak. Sounds like an alien warlord. Alright, what do I need here? I need an hourglass. I need a plunger. I need that red pepper that's in the corner here. Microphone. I saw it earlier. Here it is. That's not a fossil. I mean, it is a dinosaur. I guess in terms of relativity, it matters. See, look, I'm trying to sound smart. And I should, by this episode, figure out how to fix or at least make the screen not as small, or at least not changing every scene change. I was working on the edit for the first episode, and I was like, ah, goddamn. I realized I could have edited the screen size in Adobe Premiere, and I was like, well, instead of going, well, I'll just leave it, I'll just make it kind of bigger, and I couldn't get it to match without doing all the work that I had done prior, which is kind of annoying. So I was like, well, hopefully this works kind of. So sorry for those who had to be like, why does it keep changing? this one will be a continuous size. There's a muffin that I need. I can't find. Is this the fossil? No, that's a. All right. Well, we'll come back to this. Maybe we'll need it. Maybe we don't. Right off the bat, random clicking does me good. It's a habit I'll have too. That you'll notice that like, for certain hidden object games, you can like click as much as you want. Here you can't because if you click, you lose time. So it's kind of like a give situation. It's like, well, maybe if I click randomly, maybe things will be different. Like puppet show. Puppet show definitely does that. It's like, oh, I'll just randomly click, and you can usually find about half or 90% of the objects in there, just by, which is an odd thing to talk about too, because like it doesn't sound right. It's like you're not actually looking for the object, but I mean, if you play enough, it kind of just clicks, which is even weirder if it doesn't make sense. People who've played a bunch of them kind of have like the sixth sense. Me, I don't. I just click random, but I'm sure somebody out there has the same thing. Like, yeah, I know how to. I definitely know how to do it. Comb, fish, moth, baseball. I'm sure. Also, anybody who sits and watches these get angry at people that can't find all the objects, or at least, it's right in front of you. Why don't you see it? Why can't you? Why can't you find all the? It's right in front of you. That's a rake. I need a comb and a fish. The fish is probably right in front of me, and I probably can't even see it. All right, well, two left here ain't bad. I'll go to the kitchen. I think the kitchen's one of my least favorite areas in this game, just because I don't like the layout and the extreme case of red everywhere. It's kind of like you know. Meat cleaver. I need a meat cleaver. I need a wristwatch. Mushrooms. I remember having to look for mushrooms last time and I couldn't find them. Broom head. Well, it's right here. A saxophone. And and a meat cleaver. I don't know why we don't take it. I mean, we're in this spooky ass house. It's not I mean, maybe it's not. It's just kind of like odd. The constant sound effects and the ambient noises is great too. The doors and the creaking boards. Here's the meat cleaver. Stop talking and actually look for shit. Yeah, I can't give dead air either. So as I try to look for these objects. Oh. Okay. Right. If any of you've played it, you had the lady in the background that whispers, and every time she whispers, it's like you're the key, and the diary's the key. Okay, great, I understand that, but I have to put all these objects in my satchel for it to give me. There's the mushrooms. For it to give me any sort of indication or clue about these journal entries, which is immensely silly. You would think I'd find like a couple diary pages here and there in each room, but no, I collect a bunch of random objects and my satchel spews me out the piece of code. Alright, well, since I'm not finding anything that I need here, I'm gonna move on. I think the garden's my favorite area. I just have a lot of fun with it. It's the second time I had to find the brass bell, by the way. Same thing with the red cabbage. Here's the kid. The eye. The spade is in like garden spade. The washboard. And the fan. Look at that. Blown out of the water. Found all the garden items in like a minute. Not even. Maybe post at a quantum. How fast did I do that garden? I'm sure you'll give me the right answer. Yeah, and then she whispers, save yourself. Anyway, sorry, I'm hopping topics, but yeah, back to that whisper. She's like, save yourself. Use the key. You're the key. Okay, cool. Let me let me do it then. Stop whispering to me. And no, I'm not turning off ambient sound effects either. Comb and a fish. I need 4 more objects, so 4 of these rad dads I gotta find. Which is kind of annoying. Look, I could easily hint too. It's a little cheap. I'm not trying to cheat my way out here. Not on you guys. On my own, probably yeah. But when I'm doing an actual recording, we're gonna do it legit. And you know what? Maybe we'll have it on camera. Me doing it legit on camera, so I feel good about myself. This brush is the only thing my eye keeps moving to. I'm looking like here, and then my eye goes back to here. It's like, oh, is this something I need? And I look back, and I'm like, no, it's a comb and a fish. Damn it, I don't need a brush. It's really fast. But yeah, no. Like, oh, I need the comb and a fish, and I'm looking at the brush, and I'm going like, I need it. Oh, so here's the spout spigot too. My eye goes there too. Alright, we'll come back to this. I just need 3 items. Okay, well, the glove. I literally just here's the glove. I'm sure somebody was like, the glove's right in front of you. I'll be saying that a lot too. Getting the critics before they get me. My noggin's jogging, you know? A wristwatch. I don't know how I would have found that one. That one was like right there. Need a saxophone. Easy. Easy. Maybe I could play an epic sax solo. Oh, look at Speak of the Devil. I didn't think that was the... Alright, maybe I can find the fossil. There it is. Alright. First diary entry in, boys. I don't know what this is looking like. But I'll tell you what. I'm sure that we're gonna figure this out one way or another. Before I get this piece done, if you would be so kind to comment, and you've never seen this game before, think she's gonna say yes? You think this marriage is gonna happen? Do you think that it's a potential a potential match? Do you think our young and sexy bachelor is gonna nail our Iowa teacher in matrimony? I mean, I've played the game, so I already know, so I'm not gonna spoil it. But I can assure you that whatever you pick would be entertaining. Also, some about these diary entries too are fun. I enjoy trying to figure out what goes where. I remember first playing this, I've got stuck on them for a long time. 5-10 minutes of, alright, where could this potentially go? And you'd be like, well, just look at the picture. Follow the picture. You'll be fine. I'm sure I will be. Cufflink. Also, this music isn't eerie. It's just kind of annoying. It's like a random scream. It's not one of my favorite game soundtracks. Speaking of favorite game soundtracks, I've been playing Guacamelee, the first one, because I got it for free on Steam when they were having the thing go about. I'm telling you, if I liked any major game soundtrack, it'd be that one. Cuphead's soundtrack was nice too when I was playing it. Well, that's just because I'm a sucker for water hose animation, the technique that in they use in it, which is another fun topic to talk about. And they don't do it anymore, and I wish they did. Because I mean, the style of animation is really good, and you would think that if they're banking on, or at least recently, when it was big to, because remember, Bendy and the Ink Machine was out, and people were like, "Wow, this is a really interesting game," and that kind of flopped, and I'll probably talk about it at some point, but that's a whole different thing. But the idea of games coming out and they're in the style of old school animation, I was just like, yeah, man, this is really something. You would think that people would catch on that, hey, maybe we should probably do the same thing, and well, never happened. All right, cool. We have our new diary entry. Let's take a look at it because I'm not reading the scrolling text. It's too fast. Entry 4, March 16th, 1895. Indecision. Oh boy. So if you said no or indecisive, you indeed were correct. All right, here we go. I have avoided Charles these past days while I give his proposal its due measure of contemplation. I've awaited this experience for as long as I can remember, and I find myself wondering how different my life may become. March 17th, 1895. So this is a day after. After shedding many a tear, what's it, on a complete side note, what is it to really cry about? I mean, you were talking about how a young girl dreams of this moment her entire life, and now you're going, maybe I shouldn't do this, which is smart. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think that's really smart. I made up my mind to decline Charles's proposal. Big yikes. Sexy bachelor Charles is not doing too hot. He's on the hot seat. She friend zone him? It's so difficult to be certain that I've made the correct decision, yet I feel my adult life. This leaf is in the way of the text. It's kind of annoying. I feel my adult life is now beginning to unfold. Who are you gonna go after? You've been talking and hanging out with this guy for the past 6 months. I mean, you may have been leading his heartstrings. Like, your life is just beginning to unfold. What are you talking about? You're gonna die at like 30. 1895. I don't remember off the top of my head how advanced medicine was, but I'm sure that you would be dying shortly. You wouldn't be living long as people do now. The delay, okay, here we go. And then there's another day after, March 18th, 1895. The delay of my reply, coupled with melancholy demeanor. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Must have surely wounded Charles this day. I'm sure Charles is now. This day I have denied that which he has so graciously offered, and that's the extent of our diary piece here. But my whole point here is, maybe you went about this wrong. Maybe instead of going, hey, let me give, instead of telling him, like, hey, let me give this some thought before I give you a definite answer, maybe she did say that. We don't know. It's not said in the diary entry. Maybe kind of not do that. Maybe. And instead of spending several days avoiding him, be honest about it. Be like, look, I'm really thinking about this. I'm not sure. Let me give it thought. But I mean, at that point, Charles must have been like, all right, maybe this girl isn't worth my time. So who knows? But she definitely has wounded Charles this day. All right, let's get cracking. I really want to know the hot takes on this. hot takes on this story. All right. Well, we have flowers. I have a ladybug. I have a bank here. A horn. 4. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess they're getting it ready to get this blowing thing here. Okay, I don't know musical instruments. I don't know musical instruments. I don't know what these notes mean. Which is not... Okay, guess we figured it out. Alright, I'm not complaining. Clicking random notes sure worked. Great. False teeth. You know what? Sometimes that's just how a mystery gets solved. And I'm not complaining. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not musically inclined. So it's definitely not happening. However, I did play the cello for like a few years. So if that makes anybody feel any better. I mean, I was terrible. I was our last chair. And I was never any good, but I put my little heart out, and then I was like, well, I'm kind of done with orchestra. I need a fun story for the time being. Alright, I need a mouse trap, a fountain pen, a bicycle pump, a megaphone, and a fuse. Well, there's a pencil. There's a key there, too. I'm sure we're going to need those later. Take notes, folks. Probably going to need those keys. Okay, megaphone, bicycle pump. Alright, where's this bicycle pump? Megaphone, fuse. There's the bicycle pump right in front of me. Surprise! I could have sworn that I found the fuse the first time I was playing it with ease. Is this it? No, that's just the ruler. Those rulers are kind of weird. They're kind of funky. They're like the ones that you can fold and unfold together. I'm just kind of like, every time I use one, or at least like when looking at it, I'm like, how is this? Look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being offensive. Jeez, this music is loud as heck. This organ pipe, but I'm sure like maybe I'm biased against that kind of ruler. I don't think that's a whatever. Ruler biased. I might be giving you only the hottest takes. I need a megaphone and that's a phonograph. It's a tuba. I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to find these, but sure as heck going to be able to figure it out. Alright, let's go back to map. We'll take a look back in there. Oh, we got the parlor, the living room, and the dining room now to take a look at. And we get the backyard. Excuse the sniffle. Here's our pick. The bullet, a sink. I don't know how I'm fitting that sink in my satchel, but we're not going to question it. Once again, Master Detective really is a Master Detective and a Master of Magic. I stand by my my assumption here. Clothespin. It's a bullet. My mind goes to the clothespin. It goes here. It's a key there, too. Clothespin. Corn dog. There's a dolphin there. Pretty tropical area for having a crow which is probably the same crow animatic used in Redemption Cemetery. A toucan definitely shouldn't be in Britain. That's endangering so many laws unless they smuggled it in. And I don't know how you smuggle a freaking toucan in. Post edit quantum, if you want to provide us the information on that, it would be pretty wild. Also, on a complete side note, too, let me know how post edit quantum putting little dialogue boxes in the blackest corner of the screen, because I can't fit the whole screen video there is going. I think it's kind of cool. When I was editing it, I was kind of like, I was like, you know what, I didn't want to put too many because I was like, well, maybe they'll have to stop the video and maybe it'll ruin the fun. But then I was like, you know what, if they like it, it's kind of cool. It'll give you some new information on the side, give you some quantum insight. That's what I was thinking. It takes a little extra time to edit it, but it's not a big deal. There's balloons in the background. It's really weird. See, I keep hopping subjects, but yeah, I think it was kind of cool. On another side note, the balloons in this back corner here, I don't know if you can see them or not, are really off. Okay, you need a fish, a clothespin. Oh, here's the fish. I think I had trouble finding the clothespin too. The clothespin. It's not a clothespin. And a pen. I think I had trouble finding the pen too. Well, that's a box cutter. Dangerous tool. There's the pen. I just need the clothespin now. Ah, and I can think of looking for that clothespin too. Alright. Let me go back to map. We'll hit the dining room. Bills. Bills is in dollar bills or bills is in... It's another example. Remember last video I was talking about how names of certain things could be better. You gotta be specific on what I'm looking for. What kind of bills am I looking... Well, here are the bills. A whole stack of money. Put it right in my satchel. Should take it. Oh, this clock is loud. Yikes. There's an elephant. I need a treble clef. There's a snail. Some cuffs. Here they are. They're right. No, those aren't cuffs. Okay. Well, I mean, they are ankle cuffs, but they're still cuffs. You know? A banana. A weather vane. Here we go. Kind of typically sneeze there. Parlor and the dining room. I guess we'll take the dining room again. Pickle. A magnifier. A muffin again. Glasses. Pencil. A rubber chicken. A top. And a pen. I don't know where the top could be. And the pen, too, I can't seem to locate either. We're off to... See, we're getting stuck again. Here we go. I wonder where they could be. Oh, and that's the problem, too. I really would like to find... It's just like the one object you can't find. There's always one. And I'm sure somebody's staring directly at it. Here's the pen. The top, that's a pacifier. It's on the top. Keep looking at it though. I think that would be, that's a clown. Alright, we'll come back. We're back here again. Crown. A dragon. Maracas. Maracas are right here. Frying pan. Bone. Trombone. There's a trombone. Oh, shit! God, every time that I try to do something for prolonged periods of time, there's always a technical error or like a little pop-up that I try to swipe off nonchalantly, only exiting the thing. It's gonna be a great, fantastic edit. Great. Well, nothing I can do about it now. I'm not re-recording all that. Getting some unedited side footage. Okay, so I need a crown, I need a dragon, I need a frying pan, I need a bone, I need a dominoes, or I need dominoes and a siren. I don't know why we would have a siren in this place, but sure, why not? Well, this place is going to be my kryptonite too. There's the frying pan. Dominoes are here. Think of the white dominoes, not the black ones. Okay, here's a serious fun question. Did you play with the white dominoes with the black little dots? The black dominoes with the white dots. That's a... Because I only remember playing with the white dominoes when I was younger. Oh, there's the siren? What? I mean, it's more like a PA system thing. Not I guess. Sure, if I'm thinking about it now. But just to have that, I wouldn't think that would have been a siren. Okay, I guess. I'm not complaining because I found the object. I still need a well, that's a dragon head. It's a cinnamon bun and a bone and a crown. Let's see. Bone and a crown. I'm sure I'm overlooking the bone several times over. Here it is. I don't know where to find this. Oh, here it is. All right. It's number 2. I just need 2 more objects. I can go back to the backyard and look for the clothespin. I could go here and look for the 2 other objects that I can't remember, and I could go and look for the top. I'll take a look at the music room for the fuse and the megaphone. Okay, I get it. You want help. Knock it off. Cobra. It's not a megaphone. God, where's his fuse? Just 2 more objects. Just 2 more. It's not the megaphone. That's also not the megaphone. That's definitely not a megaphone. It's a tuba instrument. It's not a megaphone. That's a horn. Found it. Alright, one more. One more. Let's go. So we can work on our fuse. Or our new diary entry of our latest soap opera drama. I'm sure, maybe if I look, I can find the clothespin. That'll be stellar. Clothespin, clothespin. have a feeling it's here. It's here-ish. I'm sure somebody's like, it's over there! And I'm like, well, may go find it itself. It's not a clothespin. It's a corkscrew. I'm sure I can unlock the secret. Top. Now we've really hit under because I can't even find the top. I'm not just gonna randomly click. I'm doing good. I have 20 minutes. I'm sure I can do the. I'm sure I can do the. I'm sure I can do it before the thing is over. I really want to find this top. Well, here's a clothespin, but it's not in the place that... Why can't I just pick it up, drop it in here? Oh, look, I found a clothespin here. Having a really hard time finding literally anything right now. Ugh. Tiny pencil. Where's the fuse? Where's the fuse? It has to be big enough so I can see it. I just have to find out where. Dice. I'm not finding anything right now. Now she's telling me to save myself. Alright, lady, how would you like for me to do that? Come on, this clothespin's gotta be somewhere. These objects gotta be here somewhere. I can't see it. And we're down to 19 minutes. I don't have to speed run the... Come on, give me something to work with here. Give me something to work with here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, the word top. Now do I... See, that's the... This is another thing in this game, or at least in this... I keep talking about it. Actually... whatever. Makes it a puzzle. Oh boy. What is our pal Charles Dalamir doing now? I'm sure it's as lovely as ever. Also can say that these illustrations here are really good. Very enjoyable. I think this last diary entry will be the one for today. Or the last one for our continuous saga. Because I need to know what has happened in our saga here. I do, on a serious note though, I do consider this a really good series, so. The only one that I'd actually have to work to figure out how to play is Dire Grove. I think I mentioned it in maybe in the stream or the failed stream, that that of all the games that or at least out of all the Mystery Case File games, I'd probably play them all if you guys wanted. But the only problem is that the only game that wouldn't run, even in compatibility mode, was the original Dire Grove, not Dire Grove Sacred Grove, the the normal Dire Grove, and I might actually have to do a virtual box. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm sure there's a way to get it to work. I just have to toy around with the settings a bit. And with that, we got our new diary entry. 17 minutes to spare. Whew. A friend returns. Should be good. Alright, we're 52 minutes in. Normally, maybe somebody would be half done. Okay, April 3rd, 1895. So how far long ago is this? March? April? So this is maybe later in the month of April? Alright. Entry 5, April 3rd, 1895. A friend returns. Charles took my refusal with great disappointment, and I fear it would be the end of our friendship. See, that's the problem. End of our friendship? Of course it would be the end of your friendship. What kind of man goes out of his way to ask a girl and she tells him no, and then it's like, all right, well, we can still be kind of friends. Look, I know on a normal level that, hey, it happens and people do it, but like, come on now, come on. You've been hanging out with him for like the past 6 months. He's been trying to court you, and then he asks you finally, and you tell him no, and now you're worried about your friendship. While I feel not yet prepared for the bonds of marriage, it pains my heart to wound him so. Have I made the correct decision? I don't know. Did you want to get married or not? It's a simple question. Do you love the man? Would you be willing to spend your life with him? If you answer no to some of those following questions, you probably shouldn't be married or shouldn't be marrying him. It's your life. He's just a whack guy. After more than 2 weeks of absence, I received a welcome visitor. Charles surprised me after school today with a bouquet of red roses in front of a most mischievous grin. I was overjoyed to see him and took comfort in knowing that he appreciated my decision. I don't know if he pulls up out of nowhere with red roses and he's smiling and he's getting, ooh. Charles excitedly delivered news of his purchase of a large area on a remote periphery of the township. He has secured funding to construct a beautiful home. Is that it? Oh, of course it is. Of course. Always leaving me off on a cliffhanger. Always leaving me wanting more. Always leaving you guys wanting more. But, well, we'll save that for next time. And on next time, we'll find out why Charles built, or at least bought, this enormous land of property. And we'll figure out why he's telling our Iowa school girl teacher in Britain. Tune in next time.